meets the South. So grab your sweet tea, find a comfortable spot to sit back, and let's embark on this journey together. Chip away at the storm. I won't stop till your love is coming on. Chip away, that's what I wanna do.
Yes, sir. Chipping away at the stone for the truth is what we're looking for here on WYAB. Good morning, everybody. I am Chip Matthews with the Chip Matthews Show. He is Fred Cerami. He is Jamie Creel, and we're going to discuss some school stuff today. Robert Redford's dead, too. I can't believe that.
89.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Mm-hmm. So.
Why can't you believe it? We all got 89.
Well, he's old. You're old.
I'm old.
How old are you?
77. Okay. I got 20 more years left.
There you go. So my my lawyer told me recently that that you're gonna make about 8 more years. I said, well, thank you. When he was doing a settlement, he was going, you got to average it on how many more years your life expectancy. I said, well, thanks very much. Okay, so we're talking school choice. We had Leah Ferretti scheduled to be here. She is not going to be able to make it. She says she has COVID. So,
oh my gosh,
yeah, it's going back around.
Yeah.
I thought I had a dose of it about a week ago, and
I don't believe in COVID. Although
I had something.
I took both the shots the first time because I had real COVID. I had the one that just knocks you to your knee.
Knocks you out.
I thought I was over with. And they would, I'd called my doctor at 14 days. Said, man, I don't feel good. She goes, 14, you're through. Then she didn't hear from me for 14 days. And she goes, where have you been? I go, on my deathbed at the house. I thought I wasn't going to ever wake up.
What's the symptoms of the new COVID?
I have no idea.
Well, I just was very tired.
Biden.
I didn't. Yeah.
Biden hadn't called us yet and told us.
Yeah,
if you start walking around like Biden, you probably got COVID. Okay, so we last week we talked about the school choice, and we did and I keep calling it school choice, but we're talking about a bill that is running through that they're trying to get together, and there is no written bill yet. Now, Dawn McKenzie this morning said that she went to Madison County Schools to a meeting the other day, and that she met the guy who's allegedly writing the bill.
Okay.
So would that be a person be writing the bill from a pro-choice side, or
right?
In most cases, would that be what you'd look for from a school?
Well, it depends on what intentions. Intentions are everything, Chip.
Right.
So when you're looking at each individual, everybody's going to have a different stance to this. When talking to Leah last week, Leah felt strongly that there wouldn't be a mass exodus taking advantage, that it would be a slow trickle into this school choice thing. We may disagree slightly on that.
Yes.
I think there are kids, and this is solely Jamie Creel's opinion. I think there are kids that go to Madison Central, Germantown, Velma, Jackson, Ridgeland, wherever the case may be, in dealing with Madison County, that would love the opportunity to go to a MRA or a prep or a JA or wherever.
Oh, yeah.
Because of opportunities. I know there are tons of opportunities that they even have bird watching clubs at Madison Central. I've never seen, if you look at their annual and the amount of clubs that they have and what they provide for all their students, there is so much for people to do there. But you have those handful to 24 parents that want their son to be an athlete, and they can't be that where they're at. And
yeah.
And it's hard to be valedictorian. Somebody that's maybe 25th in the class at Madison Central might can go be a valedictorian, which would open up scholarship opportunities. I just think there are parents that are out there that would love an opportunity for their child to participate in other sports or other activities.
I didn't think about the scholarship aspect of it, because the scholarship aspect, each school, like if it's a well-funded school, especially a private school, you've got probably more scholarships there than you do in a public school. Wouldn't
Yeah,
you say?
just as many. I mean, but when you become valedictorian or salutatorian, whatever the case may be, or you may become the leader of a certain club that would get you some leadership scholarships moving towards college. Those opportunities are there.
And let me ask this question, because last week I was talking about blowing up the system and starting all over again for the schools. Now, I talked to somebody and they told me that you can't go build a school. You can't plan to build a school until the need exists. Is that
That's pretty much correct. So
it's sort of like hospitals. You got to get a certificate, almost a certificate of need. The county cannot decide to go out there by Deerfield and build a school, although they're fixing to put 1,000 kids out there. And Madison County, by the way, says that they're 80% full. They got 20% that they can bring in those people without a problem. And I don't believe that for a minute.
It'll be tough. Northwest Rankin's not the same. I can tell you that. They built that brand new school out there on 25.
Right.
And within a year and a half, I mean, they were already
it's full.
It's already full. And Madison somewhat controlled Madison. Speaking of Madison Central, I mean, they control theirs just by the amount of housing and the lack of rentals and the lack of apartment complexes. To say that they're at 80% capacity, somebody would have to show me that.
I don't believe that for a minute.
I don't either.
And that to me sounded like they were setting up to say we can take on 20. That's a prime example of bring me that 20 more percent, and then we will expand a little bit more, and we will get that money into our school district.
When you do that, though, you're opening up now. And when you say you're willing to take on 20 more percent,
yeah, that's
you're looking 20% will absolutely change the whole culture of a school district.
Let's see what we can get out of this phone call.
Okay,
YB. Hello.
Hey, is this WYAB?
Yes, it is.
All right. I was just listening to the guys on the air and had a question for them. Why can't the schools be built until there's a need?
That's just state law, right?
Well, you have to have
state law. Okay.
Well, no, the population is going to have to dictate it. The school district would make that decision, and of course, based on the need and based on the monies, within the school district. I mean, they could do it, but it would have to be
bureaucratically set up. So
yeah, it's not set up just to go, okay, we need to build a new school.
Well, when you build a new school, you got to look at everything that comes along with it. I mean, obviously taxes would have to probably rise just a little bit or you have to go through some type of fund, put it out to the public where they can vote on a not a grant. What am I bond issue? Yeah. To get it going. Very few schools have enough surplus just to go out there. They can allocate several millions per year towards something, but when you're talking about building, I mean, a brand new school, you're looking at anywhere from $6 to $20 million to do it right. On this,
well, I know Germantown just added that $40 million wing, and it's, they took the teachers out of the trailer, but that school is pretty much capped. And y'all were mentioning the 1,000 new kids coming in by Deerfield, and good God, don't even get started on the roads.
I mean, there's so many. I mean, the road sucks. The road needs to be rebuilt. It's not safe to drive a school bus down. I'd hate to be on one of them riding down that road because you'd hit the ceiling every bump. But as far as the school,
I do remember my kids actually remembering that fondly.
Yes.
But yeah, they were seeing who could get their head on the roof.
I could put your head on the roof inside my car right now.
Yeah.
But I get a long school bus being worse. But you're building about 4,000 or 5,000 or 6,000 houses out there, and they're starter houses, and so they're going to be hopefully people that have kids and move into the area and. Mm-hmm. And you don't
absolutely.
And I'm saying you got to get ahead of the need
down that way that are big enough for more neighborhoods.
Right.
So this isn't the end of neighborhoods in that direction.
Correct.
Now that 40 million that they
could answer this.
Okay, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I want to go back to the 40 million. So that 40 million that they did, wasn't that the to do the art programs for the choirs and all that? It wasn't necessarily classrooms, was it? on the Germantown end?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was for the PAC, Performing Arts Center,
Right.
and the new classrooms.
Right.
They did add a wing of new classrooms.
Yeah, Germantown's it's gonna keep exploding. It wouldn't shock me, at all to see it become like I don't know if you remember Harrison Central back in the day when all those casinos exploded down there on the coast.
Oh wow, yeah.
Harrison Central exploded, and then they ended up having to divide it, which is what happened to Madison Central. Right. Madison Central exploded, so they started Germantown. Now Germantown, y'all saying all these people moving into these houses. That's
Madison Central. They had Ridgeland first. I mean that took some of the load, and then they built Germantown. And who knows if the Mansdale Hysterical Society will ever let anything get built out that way.
Right, and then on the other side of the road, I mean, all those new houses on the other side of the interstate, you could build another school. I mean,
absolutely.
Yeah. And they're going to have to, Flora is less congested. And Lord, I hate to say that people will be flocking out here, but with all the new businesses that have just moved out to Flora, it would not shock me to see them go this way and redraw some lines somewhere down the road.
See, I believe you need one
100%.
Flora and Lake Caroline.
It won't be long.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's the land on that side is, if not running out, the prices jumping up.
Oh yeah,
and downtown 49 to Flora that's a pretty easy shot, as far as a commute goes.
Right. What was your other question, sir?
You had state highways.
What? Do what? What was your
highway from 46?
Go ahead.
State highway from 463 to 43. Basically, Gluckstadt Road, Mandel Road.
Yes. Yeah, they got to build schools over there. The road sucks.
When I was in high, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
When I was in high school, we had a split day. Seniors went from 12:30 to 5, and the sophomores went like from 7 to 12. They split it up.
Well, you were in New Jersey. Y'all, you Yankees. Y'all do it all different.
Well, you can do it different here too.
Yeah, there's still schools that still do that, Fred.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yep, they sure do.
Well, they're trying to move this year-round track. Los Angeles, they go to school year-round, and it's still terrible.
It's kind of the same thing in Clinton now.
Yeah.
Okay, we got to take a break. Thanks for calling. We got to take a break, and we'll be back here on the Chip Matthews Show on WYAB. Okay, we got to take a break. Thanks for calling. We got to take a break, and we'll be back here on the Chip Matthews Show on WYAB.
Keep it tuned here to 103.9 WYAB.
Looking for the ultimate reset for your body and skin? At Core Wellness and Recovery, you'll find next-level services like cryotherapy, red light therapy, infrared sauna, body sculpting, and advanced facials. Whether you want to boost performance, recover faster, or just feel your best, Core Wellness and Recovery delivers real results with zero downtime. From muscle relief to radiant skin, this is self-care redefined. Come experience the future of wellness, Core Wellness and Recovery, just off Highland Colony in Ridgeland. Book now at corewellnessandrecovery.com.
Even with interest rates higher than recent norms, real estate values are still holding strong in Mississippi. We caught up again with one of Mississippi's top real estate agents, Shane Saxton, to explain his recent activity in the market.
In the last year or so, it's been the best of my career. Interest rates have been high, but the real estate market is here to stay. Land values especially are continuing to rise. Home values are holding. If you need help with anything in real estate, just give me a call.
Find Shane Saxton on Facebook or give him a call at 601-540-5040. Offer property 601-724-1435.
UrgeVet Emergency Vets Madison has been serving your pets for 5 years now. From late night emergencies to weekend worries, we have been here caring for your pets when your regular vet isn't available.
From the moment you walk in the door, our team of veterinary professionals is here to care for your pets at all hours of the nights, on weekends, and holidays. Located at 15 Olympic Way in Madison. Call us at 601-790-1918. UrgeVet, always here when your pet needs us most.
Social Security belongs to you. You work hard and pay into it. So it's only fair for you to expect to get the money you've earned to help cover living expenses and bills, and not for politicians to use as a piggy bank. That's why AARP is fighting to protect your Social Security so you get what you've earned. Learn more at aarp.org/youearnedit. That's aarp.org/youearnedit. Paid for by AARP.
Can anyone in Jackson say the name of Bravo, Broad Street, and Sal & Mickey's Catering Company?
Yes.
Let's find out.
Mangia Bini.
Mangia Ben.
Mangia Benet?
It actually is Mangia Bene. Mangia Bene. It's Mangia Bene. It means eat well in Italian, and it's the catering group for Bravo, Broad Street, and Sal & Mickey's.
Mangia Bene Catering. Choose us, and you'll always eat well. 3 restaurants, 1 call. Mangia Bene Catering.
Mangia Bene.
Hi, this is Lee Atkins of Home Care Plus in Ridgeland. We are a proud carrier of Abena Premium Incontinence products. Abena has the most absorbency available, making changes and leaks less likely. After 7 years as a seller, I can tell you these products are amazing and worth every penny to quality of life for patient and caregiver. And we ship all incontinence products as well. So please come see us at Home Care Plus in Ridgeland for all the incontinence needs of you or your family member. That's Home Care Plus in Ridgeland.
Antique Mall of the South has 14,000 square feet of pristine, clean floor space. Home to beautiful, timeless antique treasures. Antique Mall of the South is open Monday to Saturday, 10 to 5. Check them out online at antiquemallofthesouth.com or go to the Antique Mall of the South Facebook page. You can also read the dozens of 5-star reviews online. Come see for yourself at Antique Mall of the South in Ridgeland. Now open Monday to Saturday, 10 to 5. That's Antique Mall of the South, Highway 51 in Ridgeland.
Welcome back to the Chip Matthews Show, and here is your host, Chip Matthews.
It is the Chip Matthews Show here on WYAB, regardless of what Jamie Creel believes. And also Fred Ceramian with me this morning. Fred, what's going on at the restaurants this week? What you got?
I believe we have we got a load of soft shell crabs like last Thursday.
Yeah.
And because of the games, all the home games at home, business is slack this weekend, especially Saturday. So we might have an extension of soft shell crabs.
You want to book my musical entertainment? He'll redesign your building.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Yeah. Yeah. Somebody drove through the front of the building.
Oh, wow.
At my place. No, my place.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
My musician. Yeah.
They drove through the front door and everything. You got to go to the back door. Acme Pizza.
Yeah, Acme Pizza.
Still open.
We were still open. We drove.
Open.
We just told everybody, come around back. Everybody was coming through the kitchen. Fred was sitting there with a cane in the kitchen. Everybody's going, this feels so mobster.
No.
Okay. Anyway, we're talking school choice or school not choice. Any way you want to look at it. Technically, the way most people have heard about school choice is something that a lot of us are against. Wouldn't you say? Is that the way you would say it?
There's only one way to look at it to me.
Okay.
You know, when you now what Leah was talking about last week, doing it for special ed kids, for kids with needs, I'm all for taking care of the needs of those kids. I just think when you open up the state,
right,
and you say, hey, okay, you have the ability to go to a school, all right, I just think it's going to cause the mass exodus for the reasons I stated in segment 1. There's nothing, being in the schools for as long as I was, I was in private and public.
Right.
Okay. I started in private, ended in public. I saw people that moved for football. I saw people that moved for better opportunities to stop being bullied. And I get it. Okay. I understand all those things. But here's the thing, Chip. I'm gonna throw some facts at you.
Okay, go right
ahead. You
ahead.
and Fred both. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So let's just take Madison County, for example, right now.
Okay.
Okay. Madison County per pupil expenditure per child is roughly $13,300 to $500. So
Okay.
$13,500, we'll say, goes to a child's education in Madison County. Same thing in Rankin.
Okay, let me ask you this question. Okay, $13,000. Now that we look at that as being from the administration down.
That's
administration up.
Well,
Yeah, first kid up.
That for the amount of dollars that they get. Now it pays for administration too,
right?
But for the amount of kids that are in that school,
$13,000
versus the amount of monies that they get for the taxes and state, federal government.
Gotcha.
That's what we're looking at.
Okay.
The state average is $6,500.
Okay.
So you got 13.5 over here in these well-to-do Rankin and Madison counties
Right.
that have the great tax basis. I don't know what DeSoto and all that is,
Right.
but 6,500 for the rest of the state.
Right.
When you open up school choice, whether it's a slow trickle like Leah was saying, or let's just say it's not a slow trickle,
Right.
okay, the $6,500 is going to be diminished.
Right.
Okay. Now it's going to be reduced, but because I told you day one, it's going to take $350 million.
Right.
Is the projection to get everything. Now I understand, and Leah's thing was there's not a whole lot of other states where that's happening, but you're going to diminish the 6,500 and it's going to shrink. I mean, that's just
Right.
basic economics until the monies can get flowing in.
Right.
It's also going to diminish the amount that's happening in Rankin and Madison counties.
Right.
You may have kids leave and go to private schools. I mean, I very seriously doubt that a child's going to leave Madison or Rankin County and go to Hines County Public School District.
No.
That's not going to happen. Or they're not going to, you may have a few leave from Brandon or Northwest Rankin that may go to Pearl Municipal District.
Hillcrest would probably explode.
Well, and I used to teach at Hillcrest.
Right.
And it was a very, very good time of, during my life back then. It was very.
But would it get bigger?
I don't know if Hillcrest has the. I tell you what,
I'm saying the students. I mean,
right.
The parents
from the
want to
Jackson schools.
Yeah,
I'm going to tell you what school I think would grow based on all the things that's happened in America over the last week.
Yeah,
I think you'd see these Christian schools like I think Park Place would blow up.
Oh yes,
Park Place offers a quality
right.
way of life for you, great leadership. I think a lot of these church-based schools would absolutely
based on what happened recently, yes, that's what it would blow up.
The best education in Mississippi though is right there in Madison County, and it's a private school, and that's St. Andrews.
Right.
I mean, just nobody can afford to go there. I mean,
Right.
the cost is just so high, but as far as quality of education, I mean, it's up there.
Yeah.
But I think based on everything that's going on in our country, as a parent, you want to protect your child as long as you can. And I feel like that parents would want to get their kids in what they deem as a safer environment and get them in a Christian, state-based, yes, where they can read the Bible every day, where they can do discipleship on a daily basis. And I think that's the way a lot of people would go if they had money to do that, leave the public schools to go to those types of schools.
Let me ask you this. Do you think that the public schools, in light of what has occurred, will get to where because the Constitution says there's supposed to be a Bible in every classroom.
That's what it says.
Okay. And there's not.
Correct.
Okay. But in prayer, do you think all of that could come back to public schools?
Look, the schools, the country, everything was founded on Christian basis.
Right.
When you go back and look at the Charlie Kirk video, and he talks about how you had to be a practicing Christian to even, be a part of the Declaration of Independence and all this, that, and the other. And I just think we have to get back to that. Our country is way far gone. Oh
yes, it is. And I mean, and with what occurred, it has drawn a lot of red lines. I cannot believe the hate that is out there.
It's out there
for the people. I mean, this guy only he just gave you both options.
Yeah,
and he would look at you and he'd say, "I don't believe in you being gay, but if you're gay, go ahead."
Did your business get looted, by the way?
No.
What about yours?
No.
Yeah.
No.
How many lootings did you see over the?
I saw none. I saw no towns on fire.
Yeah,
I saw nothing.
It's crazy.
But then you have to. But to get heard now and to be that activist, you have to be against it now. And so they're out there.
It's an explosion. Positive explosion. What's happening with the Christian?
I think the Christian movement is probably is about to be 80-20.
One of the most dangerous things in the world, boys, is silence.
Mm-hmm.
Just, I mean, that's somebody sitting back plotting whatever, as opposed to showing your actions.
Well, basically we've been the silent majority.
Oh yeah.
And then pop.
Yep, that's exactly right.
Hey, excuse me, we're going to be heard a little bit. So
I didn't mean to get off on that.
That's okay.
But does that make sense on the 20?
Yes.
So when you take the 6,500 per child and you got 13.5 in these two counties, and then you start pulling in more kids, that obviously diminishes, especially when it's kids that. So if a kid's coming from a district that has $7,000 per pupil expenditure, and you send them to a school that's got 13.5, or a school district got 13.5, you send 20% of those, like you were talking about. What does that do to the quality of education for everybody else? It minimizes that amount and lowers that amount to do it. And it really minimizes it because you're going to have extra administration when you start taking on 20% more.
Okay. So we're going to take a break and we're going to come back. And what I want to talk about is the school district that is probably the worst district. It's the worst place in the entire world, is the Benny Thompson district, and how you would fix that. Let's see how smart you are. We'll be right back on the Chip Matthews Show. Is the Benny Thompson district, and how you would fix that. Let's see how smart you are. We'll be right back on the Chip Matthews Show.
103.9 WYAB.
CBS News special report. Hollywood lost a giant today. Robert Redford has died. He starred in dozens of movies. In the 1970s, they included All the President's Men, The Way We Were, and The Sting.
There's your wallet. You hired a dame to take it from you.
In 1993, he was the lead in Indecent Proposal with Demi Moore.
Suppose I were to offer you $1 million for one night with your wife.
Redford starred in 1969's Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid and used part of the title to name what would become his famed film festival. Redford explained its personal impact on CBS Sunday Morning in 2008.
Do you think that being involved in Sundance has had a toll on your own career?
It has, absolutely. It's that I've not been able to do as many films as I'd like to make because of a commitment to Sundance that grew larger than I imagined. And when you commit, you commit.
Robert Redford died in his sleep at his home. He was 89. CBS News special report. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
Pure Air Consultants has always been your go-to for reliable and affordable heating and cooling systems. And now we are offering day and night brand to avoid the 25 to 30% increases that everyone is talking about. With day and night, Pure Air Consultants professionals can install a reliable system with a 10-year system warranty. And right now receive $20 off on service diagnostic fees. Call us today, 601-939-7420. MyPureAirConsultants.com.
At Sunkissed Tan and Wellness on Highway 49 in Flora, we specialize in providing exclusive tanning services and premium beauty products tailored for women. Our mission at Sunkissed is to enhance your natural beauty, offer expert advice, and create a personalized experience. At Sunkissed Tan and Wellness, step into our oasis and let us illuminate your beauty. Ask about our membership program. Find us on Facebook at Sunkissed Tan and Wellness or online at sunkissedtanandwellness.org.
Have you noticed all these people acting like the sky is falling? All this tariff talk has folks real nervous, but at iGear Optical, we've got you covered. Our prices remain solid on all our quality products. While all other shops are raising prices, we are not. Come get a great pair of eyeglasses, computer glasses, or sunglasses that fit you, your lifestyle, and your budget every day at iGear Optical, 2630 Highway 80 East in Pearl, and on the web at iGearOptical.com.
Life is loud, chaotic, hilarious, and occasionally peaceful. Your life fits you, so why settle for life insurance that fits someone else? At Shelter Insurance, our local agents help you design a personal protection plan backed by award-winning customer service. We're your shield. We're your shelter. Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
Come see me, Jamie Creel, and let us help protect what is important to you.
Have you been injured through no fault of your own? Do you know your rights? Don Evans does. Do you really believe that the insurance company would disclose all information to you? Don Evans will make sure that you are fully informed. It costs nothing to discuss your case. From car wrecks to malpractice, Don Evans will make you and your family whole again. Don Evans won't ever charge unless he collects for you. Call Don for a free, no-obligation consultation at 601-969-2006.
Welcome back to the Chip Matthews Show, and here is your host, Chip Matthews.
Yes, I am Chip Matthews. They are Fred Cerami and Jamie Creel sitting in with us today here on the Chip Matthews Show on WYAB. So, when we last spoke, right before all those commercials, I asked you the question, how do you fix the Benny Thompson district? And you got to remember, it goes from all the way to Louisiana, all the way to Tennessee, west side of the interstate. What would you do?
It covers a lot of it. Okay, so the first way to fix it is to realize how it got in the shape it did. Okay, I was in Greenville in the late 90s.
Right.
Okay, and Greenville at the time was still flourishing for most part. Now the school district was on the decline.
Right.
So look at that Benny Thompson's
district.
Okay, and look at what has happened. Okay, so we made a choice to bring in casinos.
Right.
Okay. What's happened to the casinos in Tunica?
They've been Benny Thompson's district. He has destroyed them.
That they have been destroyed. Okay. Now they took out all the economic monies of that whole town.
Right.
They destroyed every single bit of like family-owned restaurants.
Right.
Okay. All that's gone because you replace it with the buffets and everything else for everybody to get here. Then you ease your way on down to Natchez. Natchez, my wife's in-laws, my in-laws are from Natchez.
Right.
I've seen what it's done to Natchez.
Right.
Okay. And then I lived in Vicksburg for 20 years.
Mhm.
And I told them, okay, when you bring in these casinos, okay, you're going to deplete the local monies and the local economy. And then that in turn depletes the monies for the school district. And then kids don't get the quality of education that they need, and it deters it. The way to fix all this is to somehow we have to have someone that's going to be bold enough to bring back some type of economic growth. Okay. We've got to bring there's tons of lands up there that's not even being used.
Right.
We have to do something economically for businesses to be attracted to those areas in order to get those areas back up. That's the only way to do it. I don't know if Trump can do it. I don't know if Tate Reeves can do it. I don't know who can do it. That's the way you're going to have to fix this.
Well, I could see that.
Yeah.
And I mean, in reality, if the coast was the only place where casinos were, and it helped build the coast, but the coast had an advantage over Vegas. It had water and sand that they didn't go find. It was there. All they had to do was build little Vegas, and they've taken too long to get to where they should be down there. I mean, that should have already become what it should have been if you're going to, in the casino world. But spreading them all up and down the river was just the wrong move, because I watched every restaurant in Vicksburg close.
Yep.
You had Delta Point up on the hill.
That's right.
I had Miller Still.
Well, my good friend, not one of my good friends, my best friend, Randy Wright, they own Goldie's Restaurant.
Yeah.
And it used to be across the river from top of the river. And then it moved across the street. And then Ameristar kept offering money, dollar after dollar after dollar. And I can tell you off the air how much they got for that half acre of land.
Yeah.
That'd blow your mind.
Yes.
And then they moved to the frontage road, and they've prospered there ever since. They've been in business 65 years, which is,
good barbecue too.
Oh yeah, it's amazing. But they have, what you do is you take local business owners and you replace them with pawn shops.
Right.
And that's what's happened in from Tunica all the way down to, those towns were flourishing back during the Civil War and all, because you had the railroad tracks running supplies over there, but there's no longer any industry.
And then the Civil War, the national park there was a draw.
Oh yeah.
But when the
It
people
sure was.
come and they go take all their money, not to those local businesses, but over to the casino, that's that.
Yep. And that's a killer. I
Yeah.
mean, so
and they were supposed to get, and the casinos were supposed to be the end of the having to worry about paying for schools.
well,
That was originally what they get. They got like $1,500 per slot machine when they were put in place.
well, I don't want to go on record and
Yeah.
say this is factual, but
Yeah.
if my memory serves me correct, the Warren County School District gets 3% of 3%.
Okay.
And which is nothing.
Right.
Compared to what they get on the coast. If you look at the teacher supplements down on the coast versus everywhere else that has casinos,
yeah,
it is just not, there's no equal.
Because originally I was at the Isle of Capri when it first opened, and I
Mhm.
want to say that for every slot machine that was put in place, they paid $1,500 to the school district.
Wow.
Per slot machine there. And also when they opened up at the other casinos, that was the fee. And I was going, well, shoot. And then they were talking about, well, they're going to take that and share it a little bit more with some of the counties around it. Then it spread out. And then all of a sudden it sounds like nobody's got any money.
Now, on the same token, Jackson's already been depleted of its restaurants.
Oh yeah. They're ready. They're ready to put that casino in there.
That's what I'm saying.
Which is going to kill everything in Jackson.
Well, it's going to end up affecting Madison and Rankin and everywhere else. But, dire straits is what they're in, as far as, they don't have any property taxes. Every building downtown, every
sin tax we put in place, they just destroy more of this state. I mean, look at it this way. You used to could buy a Powerball ticket for $2. Now they got it. You need to pay $4 for it to get the better benefits out of it. Right. Whatever better benefits are. And there are no better benefits because you didn't increase your chances of winning.
Right.
Yeah,
that's right.
And you look at it, and then I also often wonder when the state's trying to fund things, when the lottery people expanded things, why didn't we get a bigger cut of the expansion? Why didn't we renegotiate what we're getting?
Yeah. That make a whole lot of sense.
I mean, we need more money. Go get it from them. But they won't touch gaming. They don't want to touch their money.
Right.
And especially the lottery money. And we need money to run programs. And we said we cut taxes, but we didn't really cut taxes yet. That'll be down the road and it'll come back.
Now, I heard you talk. I don't mean to interrupt you, Chip.
Go ahead.
You talked about this new plant that's going out here, the AI place that requires so much electricity and water. Why couldn't we put that on the west side of the state, where you have the river, you have pond, it seems to me that you could have drawn a lot of people or economy into these areas by putting something like that in one of these dilapidated areas. You got Lake Washington,
it makes plenty of sense. And we do not have the water to run what we got. I say we don't have the water, we don't have the electricity. And right now across the river there at Vicksburg, you have Meta, Zuckerberg is building one the size of Manhattan.
Wow.
You're kidding me.
Yeah, it's the size of Manhattan. And he's building on the other side and because they can get water off the river.
Yeah.
But I didn't
know that.
And
it makes perfect sense.
And then you're going, why is all this coming here? This will be ground zero. If China wanted to bomb someplace, it's going to be from Jackson to Vicksburg once again. That'll be it.
Yeah.
But the reality is we're going to be the central of the universe. And I guess you don't go in the Delta because one landowner probably owns a lot of the land.
Yeah.
And here in Jackson and around here, 5 or 6 or 7 people can all get in there and all make money, and politicians make money. But some of those people in the Delta have had that land for years. They're not going to let, they may make all the money on it.
Well, if it revitalizes the area, that's what we're looking at.
Well, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about these politicians. They want their cut.
Oh yeah.
They want their cut.
That's right.
Benny got to have his cut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
it's sad to know that we have a state that we could do so much with, and politically we go the wrong way constantly. Like, for instance, we've had the money for a while now for the Sally Doty is on that committee, the broadband, and it was supposed to go into rural areas. First place it goes, they were doing something with something in Canton. I'm just like, broadband, get out in the Delta. That
would have been the answer too.
That's
you up in the Delta where you need to grow.
If you do that, Fred, you get these kids connected to at least online ability to learn and be able to educate themselves.
And what's the future of that? When we talk about education, how far are we from the AI teaching the kids?
Well, so I've heard of some teachers in school districts that what they're doing. Okay. So when you don't have enough certified teachers, okay, they will pump in a virtual teacher and teach the classroom. Now, at the end of the day, you still have to have that interaction with the kid. They're putting a teacher assistant or somebody at a lower rate in there. But a lot of people like that, there used to be things you can go to online to help tutor your kids. I think that's going to come, especially to a lot of these areas that are non-affluent, that don't have the monies. I think, that Khan Academy, I think you're going to see a lot of that stuff start popping up over in the Delta, especially with no teachers headed that way to help with the crisis.
So in reality, with the evolution of education, it's going to evolve. And I mean, look at the iPhone. I mean, look at the cell phone. We were talking in a bag phone, and we grew up with the phone hanging on the wall in the kitchen.
That's right.
Rotary
dial.
So to know that education is going to expand, and to think we're fixing to put a ton of money into doing something different, I don't know if that's a good answer. I think they just need to do the consolidation. Well, consolidate the districts and create more money. Like you were talking about, they've got to pass a bond issue. If you started consolidated districts, you'd have some money laying around. As long as you don't spend it all, you probably could consolidate districts, fund PERS with some extra money, and then after you've fully funded PERS, you'd have some more money laying around. You can start building more schools.
Yeah. They changed it in PERS. Used to you get a full retirement at 25 years. Now it's 30 years.
Yeah.
And I just, when you start looking at all that stuff, man, it goes back to, being fiscally responsible and doing the right stuff.
And nothing we're talking about right now has to do with educating the kid.
No.
We're talking about how to fix the building.
But the consolidation component, I agree completely with that. I mean, you can't have 82 counties and 140 school districts. That doesn't make sense.
Well, welcome to Mississippi.
Yeah, I know it.
Because you can do it.
Yes,
they do it.
A lot of these places have built up such hated rivalries that, you're going to need the national, like Trump bringing in the National Guard to Memphis. You're going to need the National Guard at some of these schools, and they've got these metal detectors where you have to enter most of these now. And it's just not.
See, because I've been praying for the consolidation of Mississippi State and Southern for years. Hotty toddy.
Well, you remember back in the day, Bilbo wanted to consolidate all of them to Jackson. That's how Jackson State was founded. They wanted to bring all of them. And can you imagine what a juggernaut this state would have been academically and athletically had we put the main state university in Mississippi in Jackson?
Please put me back in bar business with that going on. Jeez, that's tons of money. People don't realize that. And Jackson State, they put it where they put it, and it has deteriorated all the way around it. I mean, it makes it unsafe. And the campus is really not as many Mississippi people on there as people think. I mean, a lot of those people come from outside the state to come here, and of course, they come here and they get to go to school for free.
Right?
They can
figure that
afford
one
it.
out.
That's right.
Yep. Okay, we're going to take a break, and we'll be back right here on the Chip Matthews Show with Jamie Creel and Fred Cerami on WYAB. Yep.
Why did they?
Okay, we're going to take a break, and we'll be back right here on the Chip Matthews Show with Jamie Creel and Fred Cerami on WYAB.
1039 WYAB.
Whether new construction or remodeling, Stephen Arrington and his team at Elite Custom Construction can design and build your dream kitchen and cabinets, inside and outside. Using high-quality products, Elite Custom Construction specializes in cabinetry and intricate millwork. Established in 2011, licensed and insured, Elite Custom Construction is your solution to your next project. Call Stephen at 601-927-0552 or visit them online at elitecustomconstruction.net.
Business owners, tired of drowning in payroll, compliance, and back office headaches? ePolice has your back. ePolice can free you from the never-ending grind of employee administration, such as time and attendance, onboarding, background checks, even business insurance. While you focus on growing your business, ePolice handles the paperwork. Stop stressing and start succeeding. Partner with ePolice, locally based in Ridgeland. Visit ePolice.com and get back to business.
Here at Lake and Glass and Tint, we've become well known for two things: window tint and windshields. Now, when it comes to window tint, you already know that we're the go-to for home, car, and office. And as always, we offer free consultations. So if you're in the need of window tint or windshields, give us a call, 601-946-1000. Check us out on Facebook or Instagram or at lakeandglassandtint.com. Lake and Glass and Tint, where quality matters.
If you want the best health care, where do you go? The Mayo Clinic. If you want the best care for your vehicle, where do you go? Mayo Auto Clinic in Raymond. Mayo Auto Clinic does foreign and domestic vehicles and diesel repair. Mayo Auto Clinic has ASE certified techs with over 25 years of experience. You can extend the life of your car or truck when you take it to Mayo Auto Clinic. For cost-effective repairs and maintenance, go to the best, Mayo Auto Clinic. Open weekdays at 7 a.m. Highway 18 in Raymond.
Hi, Kim Wade here. Are you craving a home-cooked meal without the hassle? Come over to McBee's Bar and Grill in Ridgeland for their Blue Plate lunch specials. Served up every weekday, at McBee's, it's a different entree every day. Chicken spaghetti on Mondays, beef tip Tuesday, pork chop Wednesday, spaghetti Thursday, and catfish Fridays. And McBee's Blue Plate lunch comes with 2 classic Southern sides and cornbread or a roll. McBee's specials are served every weekday from 11 to 2. McBee's, buzzing the res since 1982.
We believe real love deserves real diamonds.
When you know the facts about lab-grown diamonds, the truth is not as pretty as it seems. I'm Corey Ravenstein.
And I'm John Ravenstein. A diamond is forever, but only if it's a natural diamond.
Think about it. What's more precious than your grandmother's natural diamond ring, handed down from generation to generation?
Sadly, a synthetic lab-grown diamond will never become a family heirloom.
That's why at Juniker Jewelry, we only offer natural diamonds, genuine creations of nature, formed over 1 billion years ago. Not Chinese lab-grown imitations.
They're rare, authentic, and one of a kind, just like her.
Doesn't your real love and your future family deserve an heirloom quality natural diamond?
Because she's not synthetic.
She's not a copy.
She's worth the real thing.
Real love, real diamonds, naturally at Juniker's.
Juniker Jewelry Company, Mississippi's direct diamond importer. 1485 Highland Colony Parkway, just south of 463 in Madison, and junikerjewelry.com.
Welcome back to the Chip Matthews Show, and here is your host, Chip Matthews.
It is Chip Matthews on the Chip Matthews Show, along with Jamie Creel and Fred Cerami. 9:54 in the morning. We've been talking school. We were going to get into school choice pretty deep today. We did get as deep as I thought we would, but we
it's a big topic, Chip.
It's huge, and there's a whole lot going on. Understand, people, right now there is no bill to vote on, and so if you've got a suggestion, call your representative and tell them what you think about it, what you think you need. But your big thing is you got to keep schools funded. You got to make sure you're balancing the money to make the money go. Don't get selfish and think your money needs to go where you think it needs to go. Think about everybody in your county, in your area, and make the right decision. That's the way it's got to be done.
We talk about the expenditures per pupil earlier,
Right.
Okay? You know, in my mind, you know, as Leah said, she thinks this is going to be a small trickle, and it may be, but eventually the dam's going to break.
Well, I mean, with the shooting the other day, the dam would have been broke. I mean, that's it. I'm getting my kid out of a school that he could get shot in. I'm going to a Christian school, and that's that.
That's right. And you got to be really, really careful, you know, moving forward. To me, it seems like another form of segregation in the end, 25, 30 years down the road.
Yeah.
I just don't see any way around it, even if you're doing it for the right reasons.
That's just like the civil rights thing. Everybody thinks civil rights was good for America, and equal rights is what James Meredith walked for. And what he wanted was equal rights, because civil rights are just a set of laws made up for Black America.
Right.
And so what happened in civil rights is everybody decided that they wanted this, that, and the other, and the Black community business districts went away. And then like in Canton, it was truly going, okay, we got our Black district is gone right now, but we got everybody on subsidies and making money. Now we got to get rid of Whitey on the square.
Yep.
And that was the way it was.
The whole purpose, and I appreciate you allowing me to come on your show continuously and to visit with you and Fred, but the whole purpose, okay, is that I told you I think it'll eventually pass. I really do. I just think there's just too much political pushback. But to me, for everybody to be informed, everybody needs to be informed of what's going to occur.
And the question is, what form will it pass?
That's
I mean, there can be a version of maneuvering of people that makes sense, but you better think about the whole system before you do it. Because otherwise, we all know that when you start talking money, greed is going to come in, and schools and churches, and the churches are just as greedy as schools, and they'll start building to where they can wreck a community and get it all.
Who's writing the bill?
Who's writing the bill?
Who's right?
Well, the Mississippi legislatures are, but they'll have each party usually has like a lobbyist that takes over writing the bill, and one side's one side, the other side.
Well, you need to find out who's doing it.
Well,
there's been one guy, I'm not going to mention his name. There's been one guy that's pretty much put up all the educational bills in Mississippi. I was looking through them last week, and I'm sure they'll put something together. But, the main thing is a lot of these educators, it's been 30 years since they've been in a school setting.
Right.
They need to talk to their public school principals. They need to talk to their private school headmasters, and they need to get informed, of the positives and the negatives, what's detrimental and what's not to children. And at the end of the day, the one thing that Lee and I for sure agree on is that every kid deserves a quality education, and whether it's private or public, because one shoe does not fit all. One size does not fit all. And like, AJ, I mean, there's certain situations where you've got to modify things to get kids in the right direction. But I just want the reason I keep coming on here is if I can educate one more person today, then that serves the purpose to me.
Well, I think you've done a hell of a job of explaining it over the last few weeks, and people that's the big thing is they're out telling you you're going to need to vote for school choice, and nobody's told you what school choice is.
Yeah.
And that's the biggest problem. And they don't have it. And then it's also a crutch, because the representative that was talking to me about it, I said, it's also a crutch when you say that the bill's not written, but you need to vote for school choice because I think it's going to be the right thing. And they're pushing it. I don't really believe everything, but the bill's not written, but you're telling me to vote for school choice already. That's just as good as advertising it.
Right. Or they're twisting it to saying that it's parent choice. Parent gets to choose what education best fits their kid.
Where their tax dollar goes.
Yeah. I mean, that's how they're twisted. They're playing on these heartstrings of all these mothers out there. And that's just not society. That's just not the way it works.
You got to also look at it this way. There was a time when you could discipline a kid and this, that, and the other in the school and do what you needed to do. And I mean, I turned out all right, I guess. And Clay turned out all right.
Yep.
And that's as bad as it gets.
Appreciate you letting me join you, Chip.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Fred. We're out of here. See y'all
later.